Okay?
It's just one of those days. You ain't feeling friendly. Everybody say they hate you. They ain't really listening. It'll be okay tomorrow. So just bear with me. And I'll do the same for you. 'Cause y'all, music, y'all can be it. It's just one of those days. You ain't feeling friendly. Everybody say they hate you. They ain't really listening. It'll be it.
I was thoroughly entertained, like all the way through. Hey, what's happening, folks? Gerald here, aka JFro90, and tonight I saw Spider-Man No Way Home, and I'm blown away. Not only is this my favorite Spider-Man movie, this might be my favorite superhero movie ever. Heavy statement, but let me first. This is my first time even talking about this type of movie on camera, so giving you a little bit about myself. I am not that heavy of a comic book and superhero movie person. I'm not. It just, I love them, and I've seen many of them. I grew up on Spawn. I grew up on Blade. I grew up on the Batman movies. Going back to Batman Returns, that might be the first one I ever saw, and that one actually is very much a favorite of mine. But yeah, this one, it just hits so many things right. There was so much right with it, and see, where I would say that I'm not a comic book movie person, I am a comedy person. Comedy is my favorite genre, and that's one of my favorite things about Marvel is that they've been getting comedy really right in their movies. I want to say ever since Guardians of the Galaxy, where it goes from one comedic relief to everyone's pretty funny, and I like that. If you make me laugh, I'm happy. So if it's a good laugh, then what's wrong? Tom Holland was phenomenal. This was the most impressive thing I've ever seen him in, and that's saying a lot. He has a great body of work in his filmography, so he was fantastic in this. Zendaya too. It's no Euphoria for her, but she was great in it. I feel like the dynamics between the relationship were a lot better in this one. It felt very comfortable, very natural in this one. Even when the scenes and scenarios were not comfortable, it reminded me of real life with couples in that instance and everything. Marissa Tomei, we expect perfection. It's Marissa Tomei. She is very much a vet, and she is amazing. I really like how they handled the entire story. We knew from the trailers that the bad guys from other Spider-Man universes would be coming into this one, but we didn't know to what capacity we'd be seeing everybody. My worst fear with this movie was that everything that will be coming back will come back in a cameo appearance. Oh, the Goblin and Doc Ock, they are back, and they're going to be here for one fight, and then Peter's going to kick them in the next dimension. And the only kind of spoiler I'll give you is that that's very much the storyline that it seems like it's going with in a beginning feel. That's very much the storyline Doctor Strange wants for how everything to go. But there's so much more. Oh my god. This is definitely the darkest Spider-Man movie. This is definitely the most emotional Spider-Man movie. I feel like I'm splitting hairs if I'm being honest with trying to really have a list of negatives. Like, negatives aren't even really coming to mind. And so I've been seeing other people who saw tonight's reviews, and their negatives aren't necessarily my negatives. I was thoroughly entertained all the way through. In other Spider-Man movies of the Tom Holland universe and all that, sometimes I found the high school dynamics and things like that, those to me got a little old or a little redundant or a little, oh yeah, this is writing for teenagers and you gotta have the jerk one, the popular one, and these a couple that it's not a plus or a minus. It's just smooth sailing in that, you're not really expecting much there. But on this one, there was like almost little to no focus on the high school life, and I love that. So Martin Starr, Hannibal Buress, and JB Smoove, all three make cameos in one scene, and that was all I needed of the high school life, really. And, you know, I hope this doesn't come off as a negative either. I don't really care about it just because I haven't been a teenager in 13 years. A lot of things that go into teenager dynamics don't quite change, so I don't really look for that in my movies. But I know that that's the cool thing about this series for younger people, is that you have a Spider-Man that's in high school, that if you are 14 through 18, then your Spider-Man of this generation is going through your high school struggles whilst also trying to be a superhero. My generation Spider-Man, Mr. Tobey Maguire, was in high school for about 25% of a movie, so it's a little different. But then too, these movies have done that well, but I feel like we covered that really well with the previous two Spider-Man movies. This is essentially the movie where he has to go from Spider-Boy to Spider-Man, and when you know the twist of this movie, when you know what's coming, when you've seen it, then even the title of No Way Home is absolutely perfect for this movie. This is my first movie review I'm uploading on the channel. My grading schedule is very much on a regular school system grading schedule of A+ to F. And this one, I give an A, a solid A. And the plus would own the thing that's stopping it from being an A+, from being a perfect 100, would be there were things I wanted more of. There were, but then even then, to be fair, the things I wanted more of could have made this a 4 to 6 hour movie itself. So it's over 2 hours, so it more than suffices. But and an A is great. An A is great. I really enjoyed this movie. I look forward to seeing it again. Spider-Man is extremely special to me because I remember in the 90s the Saturday morning cartoons, from the Tobey Maguire 2002 movie up to tonight. I have seen every single Spider-Man led movie in the theaters. And I was 12 for that first one, and I am today's years old for this movie. So it's really a huge part of my life. This is almost 20 years here, and the movie represented that. You know, I've seen some people with concerns about are they gonna cater to the fans enough? Are they gonna cater to the fans too much? To me, this kind of warranted too much, you know. And to me, this was great. This was phenomenal. This gives. That spoiler. So we're gonna cut that. I highly recommend seeing this movie. I can't guarantee you're gonna love it because your experience with this might not be mine. Your experience with the source material might not be mine. But, you know, I hope you like it. I hope you love it. This is my favorite. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed my review. I don't know if you got a whole lot out of it. It's a good movie, damn it. It's a very good movie. It's probably not the most informative reaction or review that you got from the movie, but it's my honest, non-spoiler opinion. Because, if we wanted to talk spoilers, there'd be a lot to talk about. Please take care of yourselves and each other.
I can deal with everything.